What up, y'all? It's your boy Jay, and I'm gonna talk about some top savings accounts for foreigners in the Republic of Korea at the beginning of April 2023. Now, before we continue, I'd just like to remind you that this channel is meant for general education purposes only and isn't meant to replace the legal or financial advice from a paid professional. When it comes to investments, it's always healthy to take everything with a fair bit of skepticism regardless of the source, and that includes us. For that reason, nothing we say here should be taken as a basis for investment, and you'll have to do your own work and thinking before deciding whether taking up a position on anything mentioned here is in your best interest. Want to know how? Well, if you scroll down a tiny bit and hit the like and subscribe buttons, we'll do our best to help you figure out how to figure out this game for yourself. And with that being said, let's get to it. Alright, so before I continue, I'm sure that if you look hard enough, you'll be able to find some savings accounts or securities that pay a higher interest than the ones that I'm listing. But I'm trying to be general in this particular video since this is being made specifically for foreigners. So I'm going to go ahead and eliminate some options that are unavailable to us, namely anything from K-Bank or Kakao Bank, which we are still somehow incredibly unable to sign up for. I'm not going to list anything from smaller savings banks like 저축은행s that may be difficult to access or navigate. And anything with more specific restrictions like business ownership or very specific existing accounts at the same bank or funds at that bank or whatever. Also, it's best to assume that these are for people who are aged 18 or above, because there are some that are really good for kids and teenagers or people aged 14 to 18 or people aged 14 to 35. But again, I'm trying to be general for this video. Alright, let's get to it. First, I want to start with the 저축금 from 저축은행. This is a simple interest account with a rate of 4.5 pre-tax and 3.81% after tax, the interest rate, for a period of 12 months. There are no restrictions on who can sign up for these accounts, though there are preferred interest rates of an additional 0.1% by connecting this account to a One account or a 우리 Dream account. If you also subscribe to the bank's open banking service, it brings the max interest up to 4.7 for 1 year. Now, you'll need to sign up for this account through the 우리 Smart Banking app. Now, if you don't have a 통장 with them, then you definitely need to go in person to an 우리은행. That way you can actually use the app. But other than that, like once that's there, you don't have to make it your main account. Just open an account there, and then you have access to the app, which you can then access this 적금 through. There's also a monthly deposit restriction of 500,000 won, and each customer is limited to only one account per person. So basically, if you're saving 500,000 won or less, this is probably the best 적금 for you. Now there is another account, again age restricted from 농협, that has interest for people between ages I think 18 and 35, which right now is at like 6.6 max interest, but again, general. One other thing to note, not just about this account but of most 적금s, is that there is a maximum monthly deposit, so yeah, pay attention to that depending on how much money you're making and how much money you're trying to save. But generally, if you're not really bringing in too much, if you're not like bringing in racks, then you should be fine. Alright, next we have the Shinhan Smart 적금 from Shinhan Bank. This is also a simple interest account with no restrictions for sign up that nets you a pre-tax rate of 3.9 and a rate of 3.3 after applicable taxes. Now obviously this is a bit lower than the other one, and similar to the 원적금, you're limited to only one account per person. But compared to the 원적금, the Shinhan Smart 적금 has a maximum monthly deposit limit of 1 million won as opposed to 500,000, which obviously is 2 times that amount. Now this is great if you have a high income or some extra money falls out of the back of the truck every once in a while and you need somewhere to put it. Now, similar to the 원적금, for the Shinhan Smart 적금, you need to sign up through your account, which means generally that you need to have at least some type of 통장 with Shinhan Bank, so you might have to go in person to the bank just to open an account so that you can access online. Again, you don't need to make it your main account or anything, you just need to have an account there just to keep money in. Now, these are the two that I'm choosing to talk about because they're the most general, pretty much anybody can sign up for it and you don't really have to do anything extra to get these premium rates. Though there are obviously other ones like the, like I mentioned, the 농협 1934 원복리 적금, which is has a maximum interest rate of 6.6, a minimum of 3.1, and you have to be between the ages of 19 and 34. I just looked it up, so I actually know now. If you're not within that age range, also the maximum for that is not a 12-month term, but a 24-month term. Though I do think that you can get the 6.6 within a 12-month term. Anyway, there's the more general account that's available from 농협, has a maximum interest rate of 4.6%, which is the 고향사랑 기부적금. And this has a starting interest rate of 3.4 and a, again, maximum interest rate of 4.9. I guess it's been updated pretty recently if you adhere to all of their extra stuff. But I think the best way for you to go about it is to open your bank app, find the 금융 상품 mall or something like that. That's what it's called in the 농협 app. On the Uri app, it's called 상품 가입, but basically you're just looking for a tab that has 상품, which is like products. Look for that listed, and then you can actually look at what's available to you. Personally, I like to use the FinLife site from the Financial Supervisory Service. It's all in Korean, but I think translators work pretty well on it too. I'll link it in the description box below. That's it for me. I'll try to look around and see if there are more specific savings accounts that can actually benefit you depending on your niche. And when I do find those, I'll let you know. Hope y'all are doing well. Take it easy, eh?